On page 2 of Lesson 17's homework, we're going to look at problem number 2. It reads, Mrs. Johnson spent $611 buying lunch for 78 students. If all of the lunches were the same cost, about how much did she spend on each lunch? The first thing we want to do is look at the 78, and we'll round 78 to the number 80. What we need to do is we need to think of our multiples of 8. We want to find a number that we can round 611 to that we can do very easily in our head using the multiples of 8. My first thought is to round 611 to 600, but I can't do 6 divided by 8 very easily, so that one wouldn't work out. So if I think of my 8s, the closest number I can come up to is the number 64. So if I take my 64 and add a 0, 611 can round nicely to the number 640 because we're going to take 64 and divide it by 8. And if we take 64 and divide it by 8, it'll give us a nice number. But the number isn't just 64, the number is 640. So if we take 640 divided by 80, it'll give us the whole number 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. And if we multiply that by 10, we'll get a 0, which will give us 640. So Mrs. Johnson spent about $8 on each lunch.